Now, let's see how this works. Let's see. Okay, and let's see if I can fill out that this is Dreadnought. Thank you. Set it to public. I'll stop the video because I really don't need the video. Okay. What I am going to need is the live chat here in case somebody does enter. Oh my god. Okay, come on. There we go. Check the stream. Check the stream. Okay, yeah, that's a good delay. I'm okay with that. Turn on Facky Book. Share it on the other Facky Book. And let's go on the Tweety. And since that's the thing, share it on a couple of other places. Here. 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 And why not here? Anyway, so if you're joining us today, or if obviously you're watching this in playback now, my usual streams aren't going to be just about playing the game and the random thoughts that occupy the vacuous spaces in my head. I also like to multitask a lot. If you look at the top left of your screen, you're going to see a small area codenamed Nietzsche. Now, one of my sidekicks in my office is my 3D printer, a Cetus 3D Extended Edition, so it has a far larger build site. Sometimes I take commissions. Most of the time, I just do things because I want to. Now, let's see. I will be printing out a cool ship today that is from my childhood, like, love. It was, let's see if I can do this image here. I'll be putting up an image later on, and for those of you who know what it is, oh, Philly D's got a new video, okay. Then good for you. If you don't, well, you don't, and that's okay. Let's put that. I'm going to be placing the image on here next to Nietzsche. I'm just setting all this up while I get the word out. Okay. Oh, that's a big picture. But if you can already tell, yep. A very, very nice person on Thingiverse put up a web design of the Outlaw Star. Or if I remember, it's the HGP-1 something or other. HGP-15-A2. Yes. It was a mixture between Federation technology and pirate mystical technology. It was a ship that had the ability to do everything. It was the answer to the war between the Federation and the pirates. Anyway, love the show, love the ship. And actually, let's get this right here. That'll do it. That'll do ya. So my Cetus 3D will start on the print once I get the basics of how it is that I do what I do. First of which, let's open up the other chat here. Let's check. The Cetus print bed is clear. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm doing on my end of the desktop. Usually when it comes to a 3D printer, just getting the basic model like we have here, I have, instead I'm doing the medium-sized one, which is the front model, front side of the ship and the back side of the ship. What happens is that although you find somebody creates a beautiful design online, it doesn't exactly mean that it's going to exist well in the 3D real world. And so what happens usually is if you send it off to an actual like professional 3D printer or something like that, you're going to have to wait a while the person looks over the actual file. Now I'm going to start today by doing the forward half first. And right now I usually use Netfab. It's one of my preferred tools, but the thing is that I tend to have like a copy like every so often. I have to change the email to get a free copy because this thing's a few $100,000 a year, so fuck that. But the free version of it still works and it still has a lot of potential. And one of the best benefits of it is it allows you to automatically analyze for any imperfections in the enclosure of whatever it is that you're doing. Because one thing is to design, another thing is to make sure that it's watertight. And also, every polygon that you put into one of these designs, it tends to be actually represented when you try to put it through a 3D printer. So imagine all of those spheres and squares and triangles that are just underneath the surface, they get represented in the 3D print too. So that is a lot of extra work for the slicer. That's another word. A slicer is a program that takes a 3D file and cuts it down so it is understood by the basic computer of a 3D printer as to where it needs to extrude a certain amount of filament. Now here's the forward half of this beautiful ostentatious ship. As you can see, cut in half here. We have a lot of segmented lines, some details here. This is going to be an interesting print. This is the more simple side of the ship to print. Now, usually if you got Netfab, you just have to do a past repair, but this mesh is closed and it's oriented, which is perfect. It means it's ready for printing. I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna... there's no stitching or borders open. Okay. Oh, this is actually way better than I thought. Now let's go with Mesh Mixer. So also, Mesh Mixer is also another tool like Netfab that is really good for like checking 3D print files. Okay, let's see what we have here. Now, it's differently oriented here because, unfortunately, Cetus doesn't... I have two 3D printers, a Cetus 3D and a Monoprice Mini Select that is still being repaired and will be sent back because that is proprietary. It's actually a Yan Wow something or other, but it was rebranded when it was brought to the States by the Cetus, by the people at Monoprice. It was a wonderful gift by my wife, and yeah, I blame her for getting into this, because this is just freaking awesome. Okay, I can already tell there's going to be a problem here. Right here, this section. That small indentation is possible with the level that I have on my printer, but so close to the base of the object that it needs to have enough stability to hold the weight of the rest of the object. Even though I do mostly hollow, or mostly maybe 10% infill. Okay, that's another thing I need to explain. When you have a 3D object, you can't just do it 100% infill, or that will take days to print out, and you will be using... You'll be using all of your filament, to be honest. It saves filament. Filament is not super expensive, but it's also not cheap, and if you use it all up on one single print, it'll be a solid print, but if something goes wrong with the print and you have to cut it off, you've wasted all that print. So when it comes to additive manufacturing like this, conservation is the name of the game. You want to take each print is a risk. You have to risk that there's not going to be something wrong with the slicer software, that there's not going to be something wrong with the transference of that data to the 3D printer, that there's not going to be some weird thing that happens with the 3D printer in meat space where it gets knocked out or something. I mean, mind you, the Cetus 3D is one of my favorites simply because of the fact that it has the capability to save the printing file that it has, even when you pull the power. So when you connect the power back up, you wait a few minutes, it starts up and goes back to printing precisely where it was left off. So for us hobbyists and like commission workers, holy crap, that saves so much time. Now, as we can see here, I'm going to run an analysis, inspect it. I didn't even... Good job. I forgot the guy who... No, I have his name here somewhere. Let's see. Somewhere around here. Where is it? There we go. It's published by Grego on Thingiverse. Now, Grego has done some other good work. Let's see. He's done the Star Wars LPA gun, customizable Korok. He did, oh, it's a lithopane. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. As well as, oh shoot, this must be complicated if the Thingiverse UI is still processing it. Jesus. What thing from Final Fantasy could it... Well, actually, if it's anything from Final Fantasy, it's going to be ridiculous. Okay, yeah, we're gonna close that. Well, Grego, on Thingiverse, if you search just Grego, you'll find his work there. He put this up, and anyone's able to print it, as long as you can work with the file. And from my analysis of the file, he did a bang-up job. So, now since all of this doesn't seem to need much work, we're gonna put it in my Cetus program, which I think crashed while I was making it wait. It doesn't like to wait. Now, Cetus and Monoprice are two affordable mini 3D printers that unfortunately run only on proprietary software. There are other slicers you can use to send the file over, but the Cetus is kind of built from the ground up to be super minimalistic. There is nothing extra on this machine. Which also is great because for heat management, it doesn't create too much heat. It's not a problem with taking up too much space. And the extended version doubles the Z height. So the possibilities for printing out. I actually printed out an entire armband in a single piece for my wife. I made a costume for her for Wonder Woman. Some braces, tiara, and anyway, the point is that it's because of the space of this and its minimalism that it is one of the best buys if you want to jump into the 3D printing world. I got it simply because it just works. It just does not. My failure rate with a Monoprice was around 45%, which is not good for a 3D printer. But again, it was my first 3D printer. It was a super affordable 3D printer, and I was doing some really crazy shit with it, so it's more my fault than the 3D printer's fault. Cetus, on the other hand, I've thrown everything I could at it, and this thing will not stop. So anyway, if you got a 3D printer file, usually I believe this one is yes, STL files. There's also HOB files and stuff like that. Those work as well. Okay. Now, see, I got a lot of space here. I'm going to increase this by 1.5. Let's go crazy. I want to put this up on a wall, so... And I'm going to be doing it in a hatchback red PLA, because the majority of the ship is colored red, and eventually what I'm going to do is either sand it down and then or apply some paint to it if I get it right. My problem is over or under extrusion might cause the shininess factor to not actually come into play, but well, let's see what happens. Now, since we're only doing one piece at a time, we go to print. I want as much definition as possible, but I don't want to wait forever. So let's do 13% because I want it to have some thickness. Layer thickness of 0.15 millimeters. That'll work. Going normal, no nozzle offset. We don't need supports, but I do need a stable support. The support will be 3 layers dense. That's good. We don't have any thin walls or unsolved. Okay. So we're good. All right. So now we start. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Flushing the toilet. I just now noticed that the chat has been open. Not flushing a toilet. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, I got to turn that off before it starts echoing. Anyway, back to the slicer. The slicer seems to have sent everything. You seem to be doing good. Now it's going to transfer the file over the network onto Nietzsche. Now I just gotta wait for confirmation because I want to make sure it's working, and then we'll get on to some gaming while we watch Nietzsche do his magic up here at the top left. Now, of course, if it was any other model that was sent in, a whole lot more work would we need to put in. We would need to fill holes, we would need to check stability, start finding out which part would be the best place to start printing, because when you print something like this, it doesn't just exist. It has to, you got to build it from the ground up, and so the thicker parts are the parts where you can put more struts or where you can provide more heft so it could take on the rest of the weight of the model while it comes into being, is where you would need to start. Orientation is super important, especially for really exotic type, designs. It's always a problem. It's always a problem trying to find a flat space for an object when the entire object is round. But that's what support structures are for. Now, wow, 1,430 slices. That is interesting. Well, yeah, no, because I decreased the thickness of each layer, so that is going to multiply it. Ooh, this is going to be a long print. But for PLA and also for small area PLAs like this, we're looking at a few hours maybe. Are you serious? Yes, try again. Oh dear. Wow. Oh, this is new. We seem to be having a printer problem. This has never happened with the Cetus. This is good, okay? This is great, because when things go wrong is when we actually learn. So, okay, with that, I'm going to hold it right there, and I'm going to step towards where the 3D printer is, which is on the other side of the desk. Hold on one second. Now, if you guys can hear me, you're going to see my scary hands come up here. Now, the cool thing about this printer is we have a refresh button, and we have the power button. What I'm going to do is, actually, now I'm going to need both hands for this. One downside to the 3D printer, the Cetus, is the Z bar comes back down when you cut the power. See? Because the entire thing is built on linear rails, electromagnetic linear rails. Unlike every other 3D printer of the type or of the price range, this is super advanced and for the price, really good. Let's give it a few seconds. Communications issues are kind of new with this because I have this physically connected through a USB 2, and then it's still also connected to the network, so this will be interesting. Now I'm going to go back to the desk. Good. Okay, we're good. All right. Now we're back at the operating desk. So what we're going to do now is give it a few seconds. Check to see if it is found on the network. And there's Nietzsche. Nothing a reboot that can't fix. Now, the thing with this printer also is that you need to initialize it. Other printers can start from wherever they are and usually initialize themselves when you start the print. This, because it goes on linear rails, there is no actual tactile sensor that tells it where it is on the bed or where it is where it's aligned. So initializing it allows it to reset and know precisely where it is on each rail, X, Y, and Z. So what happens is that it goes first on the Z and brings the print head all the way to the top. I should probably check the chat again. Oh, no, they left. While that's happening, I'm going to set up some stuff here. Alright, 3D printing in Dreadnought, unexpected Cetus 3D tutorial, then some Dreadnought. Okay, printer is ready. We are go. Let's try it again. This is going to be a pretty big file. But I'm pretty excited about this. Because this is probably going to be the first 3D model I make that I'm actually going to take the time and paint afterwards. The most I've done is I've used a kind of experimental wood PLA a while back for Monoprice, when I was using on the Monoprice Mini Select, for some small little projects and some jewelry. And the most I did was sand them and then stain them, and that was about it. It wasn't really, you know, like a mind-blowing experience, but it was kind of one of those things where it was like, that's the closest I ever got to actually model painting. I kind of want to start that now, since I do have the ability to print out pretty much any ship that can, in some way, shape, or form, even if it's in pieces, exist in the 3D world. So, yeah. If you look in the far right corner of the Nietzsche cam, all the way up here, you can see that I have a couple of Lakon asps that have been printed out. We'll do more on that later, as I'm a big fan of Elite Dangerous, for obvious reasons. Okay. Now sending is at 50%, that's good. Actually, I'm just going to leave that up here. With that, I'm going to minimize this. And then we should start some Dreadnaught. Ooh, what I should definitely tell you guys is that, of course, whenever you know, send this link. That. Join the Discord. And also, oh, wow. Okay, then. So now we know precisely how long this is going to take. 7 hours and 29 minutes. I say we're good for it. Only 53 grams. That's actually going to be pretty hollow. Awesome. Let's open up Dreadnought. Yes. Discord and patreon.com/kaiju-juice. That's right, folks, we're on Patreon. I know, but then again, anyone can be on Patreon. Okay, with that working, anything you say or check on the den at Patreon, I will always try to answer back. I will always be checking that. So if you ever want to send me anything specific or any requests or anything, definitely check it out. Let's see. Okay, we are good to go. So let's start her up. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, not legendary. Let's go to Rika. All right. This is one of my favorite ships in this game. Just got it working. So Oh, that is Nietzsche's beautiful song. He's gonna start printing that shit out. Now mind you, what's interesting about this is that you have a head that's close to 200 degrees, and it's going to be turning a solid to a semi-liquid, back to a solid, with instant blast of cold air from a tiny fan that's right next to it. So, we'll play one quick game, see what's going on, and then I'll let you folks get back to your lives. This is going to be interesting. We have a lot of... I can already tell we have a lot of heavy hitters on this team. Okay, we're going to ready up, take a look at the rest of the team. We have a small fry, we have a sniper, another big one, another sniper. I don't know what this one is. I know what the ship is, I just don't know what he possibly has to set up for. Alright, oh. And another sniper. Gnarly. Oh, I love this stage. We're basically on the surface of a small moon that's being chewed up, and then all the bits are being spit out. All power to thrusters.
Got an enemy contact. Vulture missiles have a clean shot.
Let's launch missiles on that bugger. And open all batteries. I just realized that's one of the biggest or bigger targets that's probably on the other team, so yeah, I'm not going to break that. I'm probably going to die before I get there, so all power to thrusters. Captain, run away. Oh, thank you. I will take the repairs. Healies for feelies. God, I'm like fucking Jorah from Game of Thrones. Jorah. He was a fuckboy. Shiny metal everywhere, but with crusty underwear. His name was Jorah. He was a fuckboy. Music and dancing are not words in Dothraki for Jorah. Jorah the fuckboy. Oh my god, I can kill him. Nice. Go. And I died. But you know what? I took someone with me, and at the end of the day, I think that counts more. Now we can also see that Nietzsche is laying down a nice patchwork of that first 2 or 3 layers where they create a large base from where to build from is called raft, or rafting. And there's a lot of back and forth depending on the importance of rafting. I've always appreciated it because it means that you don't have to worry about it adhering directly to the pad. You just have to worry about the raft adhering to the pad, and it's going to be flat no matter what you do. So that's going to work to your benefit, especially for such a tall or Z-heavy print like this. Ooh, missiles, and let's attract him. Got him! Nice. I wasted those missiles. That was a bit too, it was a bit too missile feisty. Okay, I'll just have to wait for them to reload. Oh, pull up. Okay, we got another confirmed one. Come on, come on, come on.
Enemy has a lock.
Okay, dive, dive, dive. Switch to close range, and turn on the tractor beam.
Heavy damage across multiple systems, Captain. Enemy warheads locked on our position.
And we got him for the barrage from the broadside. Yes! Ah, it totally was not worth it, but it was at least satisfying, spiritually. A whole bunch of Healy for Feelies going on here. Shit. I think I should have gone with the nursing ship. I do love the design of some of the more advanced versions of these ships. Come on, let's go. Thank you.
Enemy vessel.
We are behind a little, so let's try to catch up. Although I have a lock-on, they're on the other side of the frickin' structure, so it'd be a waste to fire missiles, so I need to hold my load. Okay, let's position ourselves. Let's use one of these large structures for cover. Ah, he's jumping. Where'd he go? Ah, he's over there. Okay. The entire team's over there. Fuck that shit. I don't care. Burn out the reactor. I want to get under this guy. Okay. There we go. We're good. Now is when we fire missiles, turn on the tractor beam, and bring him down. You gotta bring this fucker down to our level. Oh, you're running! Oh, you silly Billy! Ow. 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 Stop that. Stop kicking me out. Okay. We still got a line of sight for this. Okay. And my missiles still reach their target. Oh, good missiles. Who's a good missile? Ah, crap, I have too much attention. Okay, then. So. Okay, closer. Closer. Give him a broadside! Okay, that really didn't do much. It was not as spiritually satisfying as I wanted it to be. No, 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 no. Damn missiles. Okay, I'm starting to not like this ship right now, and that's a bad thing, because I really want to like this ship. So I'm going to have to go with something else. Wow, I really put a lineup that sucks. Okay, let's do the Kaliman. Now I'm just a giant, fat, chubby Healy for Feely. So we all support now. Alright, it's coming right behind this guy. Tons of repair. As a sniper, I love your moxie, but I do not approve with your, hey, let me put myself in front of the line of fire. Híjole.
System drained. Ship's hull down to 50%, Captain.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Well, that ship sucked. Let's try something else. Oh, look at that smoothness on that raft. I got a good feeling about this print. Oh, I didn't change my choice. Oh well. Time for Jurassic Park over here to try to do something. As much as I love Dreadnought for the fact that it's a free game, I'm still a fractured space kind of guy when it comes to this type of large combat. Large space naval combat.
We're getting completely pummeled. Need assistance.
Okay.
Enemy contact.
Heelys for feelies. Kisses on boo-boos. Stop moving around. I'm trying to fucking repair your shit. Come on. There we go.
We're getting roasted out here. We need support. Enemy.
It's over, Captain. We
Ah, didn't even get to really play. I just straight up lost. Great! Ah, that's so what I wanted to show on the stream. How much I suck. Alright. By the way, let's go to hangar. Also, I'm going to get rid of all these ships because I hate these ships. I don't know why they were in my lineup. I could have sworn that I refreshed this lineup, but... Okay, let's get back to veteran. No. 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 Definitely not. I will not be flying the Flying Tumor today. Let's see. Definitely the Alpha. Chernobog, definitely. I'm gonna have to have at least one Healy for Feely. And a sniper. Alright. Let's try to get one more game in. Let's go, gentlemen. Now, usually the laying of the raft is the most nerve-wracking part of a 3D print. Not because it's like, oh, it's just so stupid. But if it fucks up, like, no, it's simple. But if this fucks up, then the rest of the model won't have any basis for it, and it'll just fall apart. And you don't want that, especially when you're going to be investing 7 hours into a print and 53 grams from a kilogram like tub. Which, mind you, I've been using the same red kilogram tub for like maybe a year now, maybe less, maybe 10 months, and I haven't really gone through it. So pure red PLA is not really called for a lot. It's a shame, really, because it's a good red PLA. By the way, this is not at all like an endorsement for Hatchbots. Hatchbots was just the one that was most affordable. But if you ever get the chance or have the ability to, some tech stores are now holding stock for PLA. If you are into 3D printing, you will always get a better price, it seems, if you go to the store compared to buying the 3D print filament online. And, of course, the grass cutters have chosen to come out today. That's great. That's brilliant. So we'll have one more game and call it quits then before it gets too loud. Jesus Christ.
All stations, look alive. Got enemy contacts incoming.
No, that's the wrong microphone.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Microphone problems. Okay, we're back in the game. Let's do this. Now, what is it? For Dreadnought. Yes, Dreadnought. Should always kind of pick your battles on this one. Can't really rush it as much as I've tried before. Seeing that my flying is good for management skills, not for fighting. Let's launch some missiles and say hello. Ooh, that's... I don't think those missiles are supposed to be so shaky. My one big deal with this is that there's no lateral movement. Like, everything has to be forward-back. There's no, like...
Ship is damaged, Captain. Excess, we just
Gotcha.
can't do it, boss.
Come on.
Got a bearing on the enemy ship.
We've got the advantage, Captain.
Activating primary weapons, Captain. Broadside guns locked near the
Broadsides!
That got him.
Gotcha.
Hard kill on enemy corvette.
I know it seems simple, but for a ship my size to get a kill on one of those things, that was actually kind of impressive.
Activating primary weapons, Captain.
Okay, so we're going to move on the mountains here to the south and try and see if we can get a couple of good shots off. Alright, let's sneak in a little bit closer. No one seems to have noticed me, so I'm just going to keep waiting. Wait for your time to shine. Okay. They don't know I'm back here. They know I'm back here. Oh crap. They have been alerted.
Launch all vultures. Lock on confirmed.
Aye, Captain. Engaging.
Run away, run away, run away.
Coming, Captain.
Fuck your shit. Fuck your shit. Red blips. Very bad. Where'd that guy come from? God damn it. Okay, come on. Get closer. Get closer, bitch.
We're getting killed out here.
Captain, we've got a lock. Make sure you get our good side. Broad
Exo shell disengaged.
Come on, come on.
Activating.
Come on.
That's it.
Break already. Break.
broadside gun.
Yes. Okay. That was a bit too close.
Understood. Swapping to primary weapons.
Okay, reload
Captain.
all cannons and... God damn it. Can't get a break.
Critical system failure.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, at least I walked away like a cool guy. For a second. See how these guys are doing. Oh look, they're flying. Like unified form. Like a cohesive team. I'm an asshole. Okay. That is a cool design on this thing. What is that on the back? I don't know. I like it though. Looks cool.
Our weapons are locked on.
Good.
Activated. Full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Man, I really need to get warp on this thing. I am not happy having to fly through meat space the entire way.
All ships, enemy contact. At this location.
Ooh,
Vultures
missiles.
are locked. Ready to launch.
Missiles for feelies. Okay,
Solid
let's
lock.
stick to the pack.
Aye, Captain. Activating.
Crap.
Calling friendly
My
repair
missiles
ship.
just
We
fucked
need
up that
help.
mountain.
Ships hull down to 50%, Captain. Commencing cooldown.
Okay.
Understood. Swapping to primary weapons.
This guy seems to be a hero.
We've got the advantage, Captain.
Oh, okay. That was weird.
All vessels. We've got an
Okay,
enemy
let's just
contact.
keep using the structure as a way to cover. I'm gonna blow out my generators. Damn, I gotta turn everything off.
Thanks, Captain.
Yes,
Launching
missiles. All of the missiles. I give you all my feelies, and they all rage.
enemy missiles incoming, Captain.
Ow.
We've been hit hard. Damage control teams dispatched.
Ow.
Getting killed out here.
Well, hey, I just took a nuke to the face, but I'm doing pretty good.
Understood. Swapping to primary weapons, Captain. Thanks, Captain.
Zoom in.
Got an enemy contact.
Yay, we killed the sniper. Well, they killed. I just
We're
dented it.
locked on, Captain.
That is a quick-moving fat ship. That is actually disturbing how quickly that moves.
Hostile contact sighted.
We should probably all be shooting in that direction.
We've
And
got
that guy is tiny. He's tiny, but he's fierce.
vultures.
You heard the captain.
Got him. Okay, got him. Bring him in.
Understood. Swapping to primary weapons, Captain. Picking up enemy contact. Over there. Target locked. Firing broadside.
System drained. Cycling.
Broadside cannons recharging.
Come on, come on, come on. Don't let him... Yes, got him. Okay.
Activating primary weapons, Captain.
Too many displays. Too many things happening at once. Okay. No, it's all good. I guess we're all focusing fire now on this guy.
Got a bearing on the enemy ship.
Whoa. That is a very rotund individual that is able to move like freaking Sonic. I don't know what to tell you. It's a little bit disturbing, a little bit hilarious. All good for Dan.
Primary weapon.
All good for you.
Launch. Enemy warheads locked on our position.
Let's see if I can fish this guy over here. Come on. He's getting hit by his own missiles. Nice. Come on. Dive, 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 dive. Can I get some Heelys, please? Let's see. I need repairs.
At this location. Thank you.
Ooh, there we go.
Understood. Swapping to primary weapons, Captain.
Oh.
Launch all vultures.
Whoa. Okay.
Enemy missiles incoming, Captain.
I am between many rocks and many more rocks.
Over here.
Softness does not exist in my universe. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the shields did not hold. The emergency shields did not. Híjole. Okay, let's try something else. How about the Otranto? Órale!
Full power to maneuvering thrusters. Punch it.
Now, this ship's got legs.
An enemy contact.
Long legs. Like Paulazon. Paulazon, Primo Legacy. Okay, yes. Weapon boost!
Torpedoes locked and ready. Torpedo launch.
Launch torpedoes.
Multiple impacts.
Launch the fuck you buster!
Teams on station. Systems drain, Captain.
I chew off. I bit off more than I could chew. That's apparent to me now. And with that ship, I just gave them more points. So I think I need to take on a role in the background and just be a good sniper. Because I am off my game. If I'm playing, for example, Fractured Space, I know for a fact that I can work with one side having more armor than the other side. I can think about that logistically. This is just, I'm going to beat you with a giant laser stick.
It's not looking good out there.
Whoever started beating first wins. Alright. Okay, no, we got, I actually need to be closer, because apparently artillery is shite. Shitty, shitty, bang, bang. Oh my god, give me a red reticle, thank you.
System drained.
Firing. Enemy missiles incoming, Captain. Flechettes have positive lock.
I've got nothing left.
Step one.
We almost got him. Let's finish it. We've been hit hard.
Oh, wow, I got it.
Control teams.
I think we need to move now.
Activate cloak, light captain.
Just gonna keep poking the same guy. Seems to be working out for me. Jesus, that's a lot of nukes. Damn it, I missed! I missed! No, no, no! Just the one shot! Just the one shot! Yes!
Defend our position.
Double kill.
Captain.
Okay, we're almost done. Oh poop, I died. And I was defeated. So, I died in shame and dishonor. Yay! Well, that has been Dreadnought, ladies and gentlemen. Not exactly the most fulfilling experience, but it's still kind of fun. A little bit. Anyway, probably next stream I'll show off how the first phase of the Outlaw Star comes out, and I'll start printing out the second phase. Then we'll see what happens when we put them together to create the Outlaw Star. Thank you very much for joining me today. This has been Artemis Now for Kaiju Platypus. Fly safe!